The Steelers now getting DK Metcalf from the Seahawks. Then they went out there and got their QB1 in Mason Rudolph, a man they're very familiar with. But is it enough to be a threat in the AFC? Let's talk football. Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are talking about the black and gold incarnation of winners, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have been quite busy this offseason, trading for some former Seattle Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf, along on top of it, signing a few notable signings, including Juan Thornhill, Kenneth Gainwell, Mason Rudolph, and also along with Darius Slay. Those are some of the notable signings that they have made. On top of that, they have now jumped up to be the third overall favorite to win the AFC North next year, right behind the Bengals and, of course, the Baltimore Ravens. But the question is, with these new additions, are the Steelers now a threat in the AFC? So I'm going to talk about this more in just a second. Before we get started, though, if you all do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a big favor and smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. For now, let's talk about the Steelers. I still don't believe they're contenders. I still don't believe so until they get an actual franchise quarterback. Because it's what they've needed. It's what they've needed all along. Ever since Big Ben left, they've not been a good offense since he left. Even when he was in his final years. Now you bring in another diva wide receiver in DK Metcalf to pair up with a diva wide receiver in George Pickens. These are two divas that are going to want the ball more. And you just extended DK Metcalf to a 5-year, $150 million deal, which he got his money, but he now needs to show why he's still that guy. Now to the whole reason why I think the Steelers are not a threat. They don't have a confident quarterback. The quarterbacks that they've had since Big Ben left have been Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, who's now with the Jets, and Russell Wilson. That's it. You've not had a competent number one since you have let go of Big Ben. And one thing I've been saying, one thing I heard of that could happen, and I will say I don't hate it, is drafting Jackson Dart. I don't hate the idea because remember, 2 years ago they drafted Kenny Pickett with the 20th overall pick. The Steelers might trade up and get Jackson Dart. Who knows? Because I'm telling you something right now. I have been so confident in Jackson Dart since I saw him last year in college football. I've been more confident about him than I was originally. If the Steelers do draft him, I believe they'll get a good guy. But now, is he going to lead the team to a playoff win? Heck no. But when we look at the Steelers, the only good thing they got is TJ Watt. That's it. TJ Watt is the only good player on that squad. DK Metcalf is sure going to be something in Pittsburgh. George Pickens is now the number 2. You look at Jalen Warren, he's a good running back. And then you add Kenneth Gainwell, who is actually a decent running back. I like the way he runs. I really like that guy. And then you also look at tight end Pat Freiermuth. I've said this about Steelers, and I'm going to say it again. The Steelers are going to go one and done again.
Oh, there's a big surprise. That's an incredible. I think I'm going to have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
It's just who they are. The Steelers can never get past the first round. I don't think even trading for DK Metcalf is going to change that. Because they've not had competent quarterback play in 8 years. They've not had a good quarterback play in 8 years. And maybe soon to be 9 years. And also, I wanted to bring this up because I've had this stat line under my nose for a while. And I'm going to say it. So here I'm going to go over some stats. Did you know that the Steelers have only had 3 different head coaches in their history? That is Chuck Knowles, Bill Cowher, and also along with Mike Tomlin. The Steelers have lost 6 straight playoff losses that are tied with the Miami Dolphins, 5 of them being one and dones. Each playoff loss they've had, they have trailed by 21 or more points, which is an NFL high in the playoffs. And did you know that they've been outscored 73-0 in the playoffs? 73-0. That is what we're looking at with the Steelers. And then also, Steelers are the first team in the Super Bowl era with 8 straight years without a losing record and no playoff victories. And on top of it all, your playoff losses have been to Tim Tebow, Blake Bortles, Baker Mayfield when he was with Cleveland, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson just recently. When I look at the Steelers, they are not on the same level as a Baltimore Ravens or Bengals. They're not on the same level because we look at the AFC right now. Broncos are now in that conversation. I believe now maybe even the Chargers might possibly be in that conversation. But you look around the AFC, it's only getting stronger. And the Steeler way is just not working as well as it used to. If the Steelers are going to make the playoffs, and they're going to make the playoffs because it's Mike Tomlin that we know that the type of head coach that he is. If they are going to get past the first round, their quarterback, whether it's Mason Rudolph or somebody else, has to play perfect. They have to play perfect ball, whether it's Mason Rudolph or someone else. Because no excuses this year to not get a playoff win. You have DK Metcalf. You have George Pickens. You have Jalen Warren. You have Pat Fryermuth. And you actually got a good confident defense now with the addition of Super Bowl champion Darius Slay. If you cannot get a playoff win this year, you might not ever win a playoff game again because this is what the Steelers are accustomed to. They have always been known to exit the first round for the last 8 years. If they can't get past the first round with the new additions they have made, then we are going to very much question the culture that is established right now in Pittsburgh. I'm saying that right now. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Steelers are now a threat in the AFC? Let me know in the comments what you think down below. Do you guys agree with my points or do you guys disagree? Either one is fine. But if you disagree, you're wrong. But anyways, hope you all guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a big favor and smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.